on finish. Schultz brought the puck in behind him. Face-off will be in neutral ice.
Don, just your observation of a comment. I think Rod Gilbert has been the spark, despite some great play by the Kachuk line, and Rattel has really been weaving, and they played their positions well. They forechecked to a fairly well, and really kept the Flyers away from Jackman through the second half of the game. But I think if you had to pinpoint a guy, my guy would be Gilbert right now.
Well, right now it's Gilbert and Schultz that are joined right in front of the New York bench, and apparently Dave Schultz agrees with you, Gene, because he realizes that if he can take Gilbert up, maybe he could minimize the effect of that gag line, which has been the spark plug for New York tonight.
And now Emil Francis is instigating by putting out Ron Harris against Schultz. Something's got to go. Look at them. They're looking at one another, and the linesman is right there trying to keep them separated. They're just dropping. Here we go. They've just dropped their sticks and nothing has happened, and already Brian Lewis has waved them to the penalty box, and I think that's right. I think it's right, and Gilbert just reached up from the players' bench and whacked Schultz with a stick.
Well, Gilbert has come on the ice, as a matter of fact. I don't know why they stopped play, Gene, because nothing was happening. Play should have been allowed to continue. There was no reason to stop play.
Let's see. Now we've got Brian Lewis going after Dupont, who just took his helmet off. He wants a piece of Schultz. And the only thing I regret here, Don, is the Flyers getting undisciplined. There's still plenty of time in this game to get 2 goals, but not if they lose too many men into the penalty box and on game misconducts. And Dupont is being separated by Brian Lewis, and he's beckoning to Harris, and Harris is being held off by Ron Finn and Matt Pavlich, and he's beckoning Dupont. And so Lewis, I think, has told Dupont to get to the bench, and he's told Schultz to get off the ice to the penalty box, and Harris the same. I don't know what you give him, Game. You can't call it roughing. The only thing I could sue is maybe give him misconduct penalties for instigation. They've already picked up 19 minutes early in the first period for roughing, charging, fighting, and misconduct against Park.
I don't think there is a rule in the rule book under instigation, Gene. I don't know what.
Inciting might be the call.
Inciting to what? Nothing happened.
Up. He's giving a clock now on Schultz, but he's not doing a thing to Harris. Now that's the Flyers' aggravation, Don, that we want to repeat. He has looked their beans at Harris, who hasn't left the ice or done anything, but he's put a clock on Schultz. He's warned Schultz, and Harris is still standing there under the same guise as Schultz did to begin this whole penalty.
And the rule book clearly states the home team player must go to the box immediately. Harris hasn't moved from the spot. He hasn't been told to go to the box. But Schultz has been handcuffed. And now Bernie Perrott is being pelted with all sorts of debris from behind his own bench as he whacks the glass.
And now New York's finest are quickly going up behind the glass. Bernie's taking on all of New York. Go get him, Bernie.
Thus far, Gene, I haven't seen one uniformed policeman move toward that area. Not one.
Well, Schultz is done for the night. They're taking him, so it must be a game misconduct for inciting or whatever have you, and also Ron Harris. But Harris still hasn't moved, and Brian Lewis hasn't wiggled at him, hasn't given him the clock, hasn't pointed at him. Well, 5:32 remaining in the third period, and it's 5-3 Rangers.